positive, transformational experiences through acts of kindness. I'm hosting a series of live interviews with leaders in our community who are doing just that. Some are individuals, some represent organizations. Tonight, I am very excited to introduce my good friend, Deb Hart. Deb, how you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
Good. Hey, tonight we're talking about yoga, and I thought that was so important to talk about it because right now there's a lot of people that are not relaxed, that are really living in a lot of fear, right? What's going to happen? What's going to become? And I know that you are a person who really has an amazing ability to make people feel comfortable,
Aw.
and you do that through me. At least you're one of my mentors by teaching me about yoga. And so I wanted to talk to you a little bit about yoga. And here's the thing, Deb, is that I think a lot of people are scared to go to a yoga studio or anything because I don't know what I'm doing.
Neither did I, and I still don't. And that's like 1,000 some hours of training later on how to be a teacher. You don't have to know what you're doing. I would suggest find a studio, maybe at a friend's recommendation, a studio where you think you're going to be comfortable. Maybe you do a one-on-one session with one of the teachers. You might go to a studio website and read the bios of the teachers, and you might get a little spark of like, I like what this person had to say, and I like, the look on their face. I like their smile. So I might do a one-on-one with that teacher and have a little intro to it. But know that if you're in the right studio, and you could try this at home even, yoga literally means to yoke body, mind, and spirit, and to practice being in this breath, in this moment, and to practice letting go of everything that happened before this moment and releasing any expectation of what's to come next. I recently heard someone say there is no past or future in our breath. It's just right now. And so it's humans, I do it all the time too. I'm always like tune over this thing that just happened and like projecting forward as to what I think is going to happen instead of just like noticing this moment and noticing that, you know what? Right now, this moment, everything's pretty fantastic, and I'm breathing. I'm healthy. I have family. I have friends. I have love. I have a home. I have food. Counting your blessings. What was your question?
What is the one piece of advice, or maybe it's more than one piece of advice, but what do you give advice to people who think, okay, I need some relaxation in my life. Maybe yoga is something that I should consider.
Please try a basics class. Maybe you want to try a meditation class. And right now, Hilltop Yoga, hilltopyoga.com, they have a huge variety of video classes that you can do a live class, or you can scroll through some of their video library that they've built up in the last 6 weeks or so. And that's got a big variety from beginners to more advanced, to meditations where there's not a lot of physical movement. But again, it's that practicing being present in your body, in your breath, in the moment.
How has yoga changed your life, Deb?
Immensely. We don't have time really to go through all the ways that it's changed my life, all for the better. When I first started practicing over 20 years ago, I was lost. I was grieving some deaths in my life that I hadn't processed. I was stuck as a human. I knew that there were places I wanted to go and things I wanted to do, but I was kind of stuck in my old patterns. And someone said, you should come to this yoga class. And I went, okay. I'm like, this was, over 20 years ago. What is yoga? I mean, I've heard about it, but I don't really know what it is. And she's like, just come. And I was like, all right. And I went, I'm like, I don't even know what's happening, but this is great. And I had a wonderful teacher. I've been so blessed to have great teachers all along the way. But yeah, it helped me to It helped me to be kind to myself. Yoga helped me to love myself, which I did not. I did not love myself at all 20 years ago. And I had a very destructive lifestyle. And I'm so grateful to have found that, and to when you learn to love yourself, your love and appreciation of others is just expands exponentially. Expands exponentially.
Can we practice yoga even if we're not in top physical shape?
Of course. Yeah, we can do it right now. You want to practice yoga right now? Okay, here, do it. So let's say, just like maybe if you'd like to explore lifting the top of your head toward the ceiling, lengthening your spine, maybe let your shoulders soften down away from your ears. Eyes can be opened or closed. You might have your hands gently resting on the tops of your legs, palms up or down. If you'd like to inhale big, pause and exhale. If you'd like, we can inhale, pause and exhale. And if you're interested in one more, inhale, pause and exhale. Allowing the softening and releasing, inviting yourself to be present in this moment. There, we did yoga.
That's it. I'm sure there's more to it, but that's the introductory.
That's the intro, yeah. It's just kind of slowing down, and there are various forms of it. There are options of yoga for exercise, therapeutic yoga, and you talked about, can we do yoga if we're not in great physical shape? There are chair yoga classes. There are adaptive yoga classes, classes for people who've had traumatic brain injuries. There's a whole Love Your Brain Foundation for people who had traumatic brain injuries. And also there's this fantastic teacher, his name is Matthew Sanford, who was paralyzed from the chest down when he was in a car accident. He was like 14, I believe. He's a world-renowned yoga instructor and has a yoga studio. And I watched a video one time of him leading a class with participants with wildly varying ability. And there was one woman who could move her head about this much. She was in a wheelchair and she had a little bit of range of motion. And the way that class was presented to her, you could tell that it had such a profound effect on her being.
Yeah. Well, and the reason I wanted to have you is because I've taken one of your yoga classes, Deb, at a time that I was extremely stressed and lots of negativity going on in my mind. And I took that class, and it completely, within a half hour, I walked into that class not happy. I walked out of that class feeling like 1,000 pounds had been lifted from my body. And so I was like, wow. I mean, it was incredible. And so I thought that was good news. And that's why I wanted to share it. So we leave. I ask everyone the same question. Tell me something good, Deb Hart.
You are perfect. You are a perfect being, and you are good.
Well, there you go. And that's everyone that's listening today. I know that from you. So, Deb, thank you so much for joining us tonight to take time out. We do have your email address going across the screen, debhart9@gmail.com, if you'd like more information on yoga and the benefits of it. Thank you, my friend.
Thank you, friend. Take care.
Bye-bye. Thank you so much for joining. And if you'd like more information on Epiphany Now, join the Epiphany Now Facebook group. Share your good stories. We're trying to get as many good stories as possible. If you have ideas for me of things that you think are good and you'd like to share, contact me. Visit epiphanynow.org, EPIFANYNOW.org. We'll see you tomorrow night.